This is the very beginning of our lot boundary here. And so in front of me, this whole swath was pure buckthorn, and we've done step one of removing it. And all these stumps here, we're going to remove using a tool, but it's going to require lots of follow-up. Probably burning with the torch, like a propane torch, like all these little, these are all buckthorn plants that are still in the ground. So it's going to ferociously come back now that it has sunlight to it this spring, which I'm anticipating. So what I'm going to do is, and this is all dead, piled up buckthorn. What I'm going to do is use a propane torch and come through and torch it. But all up here, and there's still a portion here, so it's about 95% done. And I used mostly a clipper, not a lot of power tools for this. But all along here was pure thick buckthorn. And the reason you still see sticks, etc., piled up here is because I can't burn when it's this dry. So, and amongst this buckthorn is like this fire tree, which is also invasive, I guess, but looks cool. And almost everything was killed by it or outcompeted. I found common juniper underneath it, and mixed in with this was this gooseberry plant. A couple of ironwood or something like that, buck elder, and then an oak tree that was dead. We took down. So buckthorn. It will come back. And then all this wood. There's oak trees that are all around here. Some of them are just dead. Dead or dying or broken. So we took those out. And all along here was just like across over here. It was all green, large buckthorn. And so we took that out, we being mostly me. So this is what, about an acre and a half. So one person can do this. So if you are okay using a Roundup chemical, you can do that along wetlands with a certain product, and then you can hit that right when you cut it, and it would kill it. I did not. I'm gonna manually remove most of this with it's like a weed wrench. But like under all of this buckthorn was like this juniper bush right when I started off this year. So I'm gonna keep that, of course. And around this oak tree, I was torching here. So you can see it did effectively kill the small buckthorn from resprouting. And I'll probably continue once it's wet enough to do so. And then burn all the dead stuff. So just like this in front of me, I'll zoom in. There is thick buckthorn along this, edge of the water or wetland. But yeah, all through here, all the way around my horn there and to the edge of our property boundary, I used clippers, chainsaw, and a torch for most of all of it. And of course it requires follow-up, but these were larger plants. Like this was here, definitely buckthorn. So, and it's resprouting, as you'll see, right? So, I can do that till the cows come home. What I'll probably do is try to kill as much as I can with fire, and then we'll see where we sit a year from now. But it will reseed now that it's got sunlight to it. It's going to shoot up and grow again, so I'll hit it again this spring or over the winter if it dries out, and try to remove all the larger bushy stuff. Let the smaller stuff get clipped and blowtorched. We'll see. But yeah, if you can, like this is actually a good way of removing these smaller ones, which are going to be a problem. It's dry and it's sandy soil. So I'm going to go through and do more manual removal. I started with the larger stuff. It's going to throw down more seeds. And I hit it with the torch. I'll come back and it looks like the places I used the torch at stayed dead. It just took a long time, and it needs to be more wet than this. So quick tour, but I just wanted to recap for myself and anyone interested. I started off here and went all the way around the horn of this wetland, and I just removed all of these buckthorns. I burned off the dead stuff and the clipped up stuff on one occasion, and then there's more all piled up really high over there. So more work to do, and it will be a continuous project, but the first round is sort of complete, and that's where we sit. So quick recap, no chemical used yet so far for about an acre and a half.